Hello and welcome back. It's Sunday, the kind of morning that invites you to slow down, breathe deep, and gently ease the rhythm of the day. No alarms, no rush, just a quiet promise of peace and productivity. I always love starting my Sundays by refreshing our bedroom linens. There is something so satisfying about stripping the bed and tossing everything into the wash. It feels like shedding the week's weariness. After removing the bed cover, I like to take a few extra minutes to deep clean the headboard. Since our bed has a fabric frame all around it, it collects a surprising amount of dust, especially during the summer months here in Ireland, when we keep the windows open almost all day long. A simple lint remover is my go-to tool for this. It's gentle enough for delicate fabric but incredibly effective at lifting dust and lint. Since we love letting the fresh summer air in, I find myself doing more surface wipe downs this time of the year. Dust tends to settle quickly, especially on flat surfaces like the bedside table and windowsills. A quick wipe is all it takes to bring back the clean and tidy feel.
Tells me you should stay a little while. Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute from my heart. Anywhere we go is where I long to roam.
Clean sheets, crisp pillowcases, and a cozy new bed cover. Little things, but they make a world of difference. I like to go with the light, airy colors for the summer months. It lifts the mood and brings a touch of calm. I prefer not to rush while making the bed because, according to me, it's one of those small tasks that feel better done slowly. Each corner tucked, each pillow fluffed is a small gift to self. Tonight, when I get into the bed, I will thank myself for these extra few moments. Do you also feel that sense of calm when your bedroom is clean and tidy? Let me know in the comments. After all that tidying and deep cleaning, I was honestly panting for something cool and soothing, the kind of drink that feels like a reward for a productive morning. I remembered I had few things in the fridge: jelly I had set for my son the night before, soaked chia seeds, and my favorite sago pearls or sabudana. I had soaked the sabudana overnight and steamed them for just 5 minutes to get that beautiful transparent look, kind of like homemade boba pearls. Now, using a small knife, I cut the jelly into bite-sized cubes. They're soft, wobbly, and add such a fun texture to the drink, especially for kids. Then I added about 4 tablespoons of ruabza for that sweet rose flavor. Next went in sabudana, soaked chia seeds, those jelly cubes, and finally chilled milk to bring it all together. A gentle stir, and everything blended into the most gorgeous rose milk drink. Sweet, creamy, and slightly chewy. A cooling treat that's just perfect for the summer months.
Do a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails.
I topped it with a sprinkle of dry rose petals I had, not just for the look, but for that little moment of joy when you take the first sip. Trust me, it was as refreshing as it looks. If you're watching this while sipping your coffee or planning your day, I hope this inspires you to create a little pocket of calm in your home today. After the refreshing drink, it was time to conquer the kitchen. But before diving into lunch prep, I wanted to finish something really special: the masala for my very first homemade mango pickle. Yes, I know, I might sound overly excited. It's just pickle, right? But it was my very first attempt, and I was honestly so enthusiastic, like a kid doing a science experiment. I bought raw mangoes and amla from local Asian store a couple of days ago. We have had a mini heat wave here in Ireland. No rain for more than 3 weeks. You can probably tell that from the tan on me. But it was the perfect weather for making desi style sun dried achar. After washing the mangoes thoroughly, I dried them completely, then chopped the mangoes into small cubes. Now, let me tell you the story of these raw mangoes. Choosing the right mango variety was a mini drama of its own. I asked the shopkeeper bhaiya which type would be the best for Punjabi style mango pickle. And of course, both gave me two different suggestions. Classic, right? So, what did confused me do? I got both the varieties, and after trying them, I have to say the smaller ones with the slight red blush worked better. They were tangier, firmer, and held their shape beautifully after drying. While the mangoes were drying, I also prepped the amla for the gooseberry pickle. I started by steaming them just until they were soft enough to gently separate into segments. After steaming, I laid them out under the sun. I sun dried them for about 5 to 6 hours each day for over 2 days until they were beautifully dry and ready for the masala. For the masala, I am going with two types. One, a blend of roasted whole spices that I'll coarsely grind, and other, a mix of powdered spices for that deep flavor. I will share the full recipe in the description box below. Measurements, spice details, everything. So you can try this at home if you are feeling adventurous or nostalgic like me. I started by dry roasting yellow mustard, black mustard, fennel and fenugreek seeds. Just for a minute or two on low flame as you want them fragrant, not burnt. I kept about 4 tablespoons of that mix aside to add it later in the pickle. Then I added whole cumin and coriander seeds to the rest and roasted it for another 2 minutes. Once everything cooled down, I coarsely grounded it, and just like that, the dry spice base was ready. As the spices roast, the kitchen was filled with that warm and nostalgic aroma. The aroma of our childhood, warm kitchens, steel dabbas, and my mother's hand expertly mixing spices. In our homes, pickle isn't just a recipe, it's a tradition. It's memories sealed in jars, passed down through generations, each spoonful carrying the taste of home of summer. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more simple and soulful homemaking content like this. There is so much more I can't wait to share with you all. Next came the mustard oil. 2 cups, heated till it just started to smoke. This step is so important to get rid of the raw taste and to preserve the pickle properly. For the powdered masala mix, I added turmeric for color, red chili for heat, hing for aroma and salt to taste. Then I added a tablespoon each of carom seeds and kalonji. Next, in a large mixing bowl, I combined the whole spices, the coarse masala and the infused mustard oil. This is the best time to taste and adjust the salt if needed. And finally, in go the sun-dried mango cubes.
I know it's nothing new, but it's
Now, here is a little tip. Many people add turmeric and salt to raw mango to help draw out excess moisture before drying. That's a great method. But the recipe I was following suggested sun-drying them directly after cutting. And honestly, it worked well too. I stirred gently, making sure every piece was coated in the rich golden masala. At the end, I added 2 tablespoons of vinegar for preservation and that extra little tang. I transferred it all into a clean glass jar and they looked absolutely beautiful. Rustic, golden, and full of promise. I'll leave the jars in the sun for the next few days so everything has time to come together and taste just like home.
out in
And because I couldn't waste those mango seeds, I used them to make a quick sweet chili mango chutney. It came out sticky, spicy, sweet, perfect with parathas. It was a long day, but truly rewarding. There is something so fulfilling about making traditional food from scratch. A little sun, a little spice, and a whole lot of love. Thanks for spending the day with me. If you have made a pickle before, let me know your favorite spice combo. I would love to learn from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more slow and simple homemaking videos. See you soon. Take care.